Good morning, everyone. I am so very glad to be here with all of you. Brandy, thanks for asking me to show up. And Lala, oh my God, what a surprise to see my good friend Lala here this morning. So sanctuary, Lala hit it. You know, sanctuary to me is a place to come home to, a safe haven, a place of comfort, a place of warmth. And I've been doing that professionally my entire career. I used to be an esthetician and makeup artist giving facials. So there was a sanctuary in that sacred space of the facial room. And then all the way, coming out to hospice. So for 10 glorious years, I got to be with the dying. I got to be with the patients, the families, and our beloved professional caregivers, creating sanctuary in a time that's really hard and beautiful and weird. And there's a lot of practices that go with that to walk into those spaces when a family member decides it's time to take a loved one off of life support. And I see people nodding their heads like, yeah, I've been there. It's a horrible, horrible decision, but also a beautiful decision. It's everything. And so as a professional, I know how to sit with the deepest grief most of the time. And then my life dissolved in 2018. After my 16-year marriage, my former husband asked me for divorce. And everything went, and all those skills of coming home myself in sanctuary went out the freaking window. Right, Sharon? I have a lot of good friends in this room that helped navigate me through that. So in that time, standing on the corner of Tibbet and East, when my then husband asked me for divorce, all I remember seeing is the black, wet pavement at 9 o'clock at night, and not sure how I was going to be able to walk back home. I froze. Then I took to my bed, collapse, exhaustion, devastated. Few days being in my bed, gathering back my energy, boom, I was pissed. My sympathetic nervous system kicked back on. Anger, fire, rage. What the happened? Made a call to a dear friend and said, I need to come stay with you. So action. Made the next right move, because that's all I could do. It's like, I know I need a safe space. I know I need a place to integrate what just happened. Because sometimes, for those of you who are old enough to know, sometimes things just don't work out and it's really okay. And I will say now, my beloved former husband and I are in a good place. We just didn't work anymore. It's all right. But in the meantime, I packed up a suitcase and moved to a friend's house, never to return to my sanctuary, my home, and came into the sanctuary of my beloved community. My beloved community held me. They fed me. They hugged me. They gave me water. They held me when I broke down. I knocked at my best friend's door, and she just held me as I just cried. And then started to get a little bit more, okay, I'm feeling a little less pissed off, because I knew I needed to have my full faculties to go through this. And my former husband was so gracious and kind, like, I got to catch up to you. I'm not there, so you're going to give me all the time that I need, because I know that I need to feel anchored and at home in myself to sign that paperwork. I just know that about me. And that meant having my own nest. All my adult life, I always had roommates or a husband. I never lived by myself. So I know I needed that for me to heal and sign that paper. 2019, I get my own little cool nest in Old North with trees and birdies and a garden and fabulous neighbors. And And I started to feel expanded. I started to feel like, in the terms of the ventral nervous system, it's part of the parasympathetic nervous system, like I was a day at the beach. I could see the horizon. I had some that width and the depth and the grounding to say, okay, I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna be okay. And so when I felt that grounded, supported, I'm back inside myself. It's a new self. It's not the self that I knew in 2018 or whatever, but I'm all right. January 31st, 2020, we signed that paperwork. So 3 years ago this month. And then we know what, right? I see you nodding your head. We know what happened in March 2020, right? Yeah. Then we all watched our lives dissolve overnight. Right? And we're still healing from that. Right? Who's still like healing from that shit show? Can I swear? Who is still like, I am rebuilding my life and I don't really know where I'm going? I'm with you, man. I don't know. But what I do know, and what I'm going to teach you here in a moment, is how to come home to yourself. Because we got to be in community, because we're human beings, and we got to jam. I'm an extrovert, like my new friend here, Autumn. I'm an extrovert, but I also know there's a time to come home and be with myself. Because as we learned in lockdown, we had no dang choice. We had to come home to self. So with that, we're going to learn some practices. You want to learn some cool stuff that you can actually like weave into your everyday? Yes. You into that? Yes, yes. Thank you, girl. Yes, ma'am. So we're going to pass out some essential oils here. So we have on a little cotton pad. You can take that with you. It's my thank you gift. Thank you. Yes. You're so kind. What's your name? Oh, Melody. Thanks, Melody. Yeah. All right. So I'm going to have now, the nervous system loves options. So you're welcome to sit or stand. So if you're willing to stand, please stand. If you'd rather sit, that's fine. This is a very integrated kind of situation. We can't want to sit that long. Oh, yes. So lemon oil. Yes, smell it like that. Yeah, so just start smelling that. If you got your little square pad, just start smelling that. Taking that in. Ooh, it just changed the vibe in here, right? Yes.
Does everybody have one now?
If you don't have one, raise your hand, and our lovely volunteers will hook you up. Yeah, don't forget camera lady. Don't forget the camera lady. Yes. All right, friends. So, if you're able to, I know the oils are good. Like they totally like break the ice. You're going to think of grandma's like lemonade. You're going to think of all kinds of stuff. I'm going to have you turn and face the windows on your side. And is it possible to dim the lights just a little bit? If not, no big deal. And your feet are going to be hip width apart. And thank you. And I invite you to look outside as far into the distance as you possibly can. Find something to focus on. Find something to focus on. And at the same time, imagine that you're looking from the very back of the roots of your eyes. So there's a softness to the eyes. You're also looking, you have a little bit of periphery, so you can kind of see like your neighbor or the brick or something, wherever you are. And you're going to take that beautiful, gorgeous lemon oil and you're just going to smell it. And just keep looking out the window. And when you're ready and able and willing, whether you're sitting or standing, start rocking side to side or forward and back. You have a choice. Start to rock. And imagine that as you're rocking, that you have a heavy, long dragon's tail. The knees are soft, shoulders relaxed as much as possible. And then either hum or sing happy birthday to yourself, something. Just create a vibration inside your body. And then pause. Close the eyes halfway. Notice any small shifts or changes anywhere inside. And then quietly, because we're going to go into a meditation now, have a seat. Close your eyes if you're willing. If you're not willing to close your eyes, just look down at the floor. Take one hand on your heart, and then place the other hand over top of it. And say to yourself, I'm okay, I am safe. So this was my practice when I wake up in the middle of the night in a total panic-stricken state. I am safe. I am safe. I know this is anxiety. I know this is anxiety, and hey, you're welcome to come hang out with me, anxiety, but you got to sit in the back seat. You can't take the wheel. We're going to be okay. We're going to be okay. So this is a 3-part meditation. I'm going to ask a question to the head, the heart, and the cave of the heart. And you're just going to see what comes up for you. And the question is, what does sanctuary mean to me in this moment? Let the head have its say. What does sanctuary mean to me in this moment? And then dropping down a little bit further, like you're taking a little elevator ride to the heart. And asking that question, what does sanctuary mean to me in this moment? And the heart might have a different answer for you. And even getting more still, taking that elevator to the basement, to the cave of the heart, and see what the cave has to say. Now, friends, you have a minute or two to make some notes about what came to you. You can either write in your phone. If you've got a journal with you, you can do that. If you just want to think about it in your head, that's fine. And we have some beautiful music we'll have in the background. Or I'll just hum to you. No, I won't hum. Oh, yes. Did everyone get that? There's also pens, and you can jot some stuff on the back of your menu. Thanks, Brandy. I was nervous. You have like another minute or so to write or think or be still. And we'll say another 30 seconds to write, type, think, whatever. And then you could keep writing. It doesn't matter to me, but maybe just put down your pens for a minute or your phones and just close your eyes for a moment and smell your lemon oil. Let that integrate. Because like, Brandy said in my intro, slow down, do less, be more. The transition between things, because we're transitioning here in a moment, are really important. And some things that I want to share with you also that I meant to say before I had you write, but I think this is perfect, is there's a gentleman that I study, Richard Schwartz, who some of you may know is internal family systems. And he talks about like does it really mean to be at home in yourself or to be human, to have all your parts together. And he talks about the C's, and I wrote them down because I thought I might not remember them all. And this really resonates with me, and I think I knew this, but I love that he's given more context around this. So compassion, connectedness, curiosity, which, I heard in the warm-up here, clarity, calm, confidence, courage, and the other big C, when all the parts are together, creativity. Like I can tell you when my life was demolished, I couldn't create a thing. And I had to learn to be okay with not being okay and not being able to create and just to do the bare minimum, which was like drink water. Honestly, go to the bathroom and sleep. It was a time to heal like a broken bone. So now, friends, we're going to connect because that's another big part. Brandy?
Absolutely. So if you've come to events before, you know that we normally have some time as a community to gather with one another and reflect upon what you've just heard. Normally, there are some different prompts that we provide, but I think today we're just going to stay with that prompt. What does sanctuary mean to you? And in whatever way you would like to share about that. So you always get to decide what that looks like for you.